Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Welcome to the graduation ceremony at the University of Akron. Please take a moment now to identify the nearest exit to you so you can safely exit the building if it should become necessary to do so. Out of respect for the dignity of this ceremony, we ask that you turn off your cell phone, pager, or other personal communication or entertainment devices. Please refrain from using personal communication devices during the ceremony. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding of this request. Our graduation ceremony will begin in a few moments.
Candidates, please be seated. Mr. President, the candidates are assembled.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to extend a most cordial welcome to all of you in this room who have joined us for the 218th commencement ceremonies at the wonderful University of Akron. Welcome graduates, welcome parents, spouses, relatives, and friends who have helped make this day possible, this wonderful day of achievement, for those who share your pride in this celebration. Will everyone please join me now by rising while Lauren Corcoran sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Today we are gathered in formal convocation with graduates in the areas of arts and sciences, education, business, and polymer science and polymer engineering. The summer class of 2016 consists of 941 candidates from 25 states and 33 countries. This group includes 61 candidates for doctorate degrees, 340 for master's degrees, 434 for bachelor's degrees, and 106 for associate's degrees. We will begin with a few important introductions. First and foremost, we are joined by representatives of more than 700 distinguished faculty here at the University of Akron, including today's ceremony's Grand Marshal, Associate Professor of Marketing, Dr. Terry Daughtry. Will our faculty please rise? We are also honored to have with us members of the Board of Trustees of the University of Akron. I ask that they stand as I call their names and remain standing, and that we hold our applause until all have been introduced. Our chair, Mr. Roland H. Bauer of Silver Lake. Our vice chair, Mrs. Olivia P. DeMoss of Richfield. Mr. Warren L. Wolford of Akron. Mrs. Jennifer E. Blickel of Akron. And Dr. Alfred C. Seraldo of Akron. Also, student trustees, Darnell D. Davis Jr. of Akron, and Zachary D. Michael of Canton. Now please join me in greeting our trustees. The University of Akron leadership also is represented today by several members. Would you please stand and be recognized? I would now like to ask Mr. Bauer, Chair of the University of Akron's Board of Trustees, to extend greetings on behalf of the board. Mr. Bauer.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon. On behalf of the University of Akron's Board of Trustees, I offer a warm welcome to our guests, and especially to the summer 2016 graduating class. Graduates, you are the sole reason why this university exists, and we thank you for entrusting us with your higher education. You had many options from which to choose, and we sincerely hope your Akron experience has proven that you chose wisely. In addition to conveying our gratitude, we want you to know that we appreciate and applaud your accomplishments here. Through great effort and perseverance, you have seized opportunities to broaden and sharpen your thinking, expand your worldview, attain professional and personal growth, and become educated citizens. Now you will have more and greater opportunities to thrive, to contribute, and to serve. My fellow trustees and I wish that the journey awaiting you will be filled with good health, good fortune, and continued success, and will, from time to time, lead you back here to your alma mater. We are honored to join with your families, friends, and faculty in celebrating this important milestone. Congratulations.
Mr. Bauer and fellow trustees, distinguished faculty and administrators, guests, proud parents, family and friends, and of course, my dear graduates, the class of 2016. Congratulations to each one of you. It's an extraordinary privilege for me to speak today at your commencement. My time as interim president of this university can only be measured in weeks. but I also served as dean of our law school for 2 years. In that role, I met many students who were in their undergraduate degrees and their graduate degrees here at Akron. They came from disciplines across the arts, sciences, and professions. Since my arrival, I've actually been quite excited and honored to be part of the University of Akron family. In fact, over this last month, I had the opportunity to lead several of our law students, in fact 26 of them, in a study abroad experience to Asia. On the flight home from Seoul, South Korea last week, I was thinking what I might say to you today that would be worthy of your time and your attention, and something that actually might keep you awake. Since 2003, I have had the privilege and pleasure of working with undergraduate students. I've overseen graduate students, and I've taught professional students. I've taught, advised, and guided students of all types at 3 major research universities, and now at the University of Akron. Before entering academics, I was a lawyer, an entrepreneur, a Japanese translator, an English teacher, and a volunteer service missionary. At a young age, I've even been a grocery store clerk, a newspaper boy, a pharmaceutical delivery man, and I've worked at a law library. My personal endeavors over the last 3 decades have led me to Japan, South Korea, small island in the Western Pacific by the name of Saipan, the Philippines, the great states of Utah, Wyoming, Pennsylvania, Florida, and now the great state of Ohio. Most importantly, though, I'm a proud father of 4, and yes, believe it or not, a grandfather of 2. I'm also the humble husband of an exceptional wife who's here with me tonight, who of 25 years, who deserves all of the credit. Thank you, Noriko. Despite all of this experience, though, I had to ask myself, what do I say to you? You who want to be leaders of business, teachers, engineers, nurses, or artists. What can I tell an aspiring accountant, or a polymer researcher, or a psychologist about the road ahead? You know, I think that the place to start is not with what you want to be, but with who you are now. You're graduates on the verge of launching a new career, possibly changing directions, maybe even pursuing another degree. I want you to reflect on this experience today and think of your life as a canvas. I believe that you're eager to paint those details of your future that will tell your exciting story and hopefully draw gasps of appreciation from the viewers around you. If you've ever watched an artist up close, you will know that they begin with broad brushstrokes of color and texture that establish a foundation upon which the rest of the painting develops. Your past, including your studies here at the University of Akron, have now formed that foundation on your canvas. Often, much of these foundational colors are obscured as new layers of paint. They're added to create the features and the details of the artwork. But you know, there's enough of that foundation, the foundation that you have developed here at the University of Akron, to give the piece the necessary depth for it to become a great success. So this afternoon, graduates, allow me to share with you 5 pieces of advice to help you craft the rest of your life's painting. First and foremost, the piece of advice that I want to offer to you is to be aware that each day will bring choices that shape the person and the professional that you will become. Some choices will be momentous forks in the roads. However, most of the choices will be small and simple decisions that relate to how you conduct yourself, how you carry out your responsibilities, and how you interact with others. Those decisions will reflect your integrity. They will demonstrate respect for others, tolerance, compassion, hope, active engagement, ethical conduct, thorough preparation, and a mindset of constant service. And I hope you do it with a smile. The choices you make will not only impact you and those that are around you, but they will also shape your life, your profession, and even the society that stands before us. As graduates of the University of Akron, you are destined to become leaders of your family, your communities, your professions, and society as a whole. Keep that in mind when making those small decisions. Through small and simple things, great things shall come to pass. There's one type of choice, though, that I would especially like to focus on today. That's your response to adversity. We've all faced some type and form of adversity. In fact, you may already have noticed that the more you put yourself on the line, the more you put yourself out there, the more adversity you will encounter. It's especially challenging, though, when adversity comes from a direction that you don't expect. Something you say in an effort to do good might be misconstrued. Positive things done for others, maybe contributions to an organization, may be overlooked, unjustly discounted, or maybe even attacked. There will be times in your lives when you fail to live up to your own expectations. Oftentimes we can be the harshest of our own critics. Or maybe you believe that you don't live up to the expectations of others. Happens to all of us. And believe me, when it happens, it can be very, very tough. The degree or frequency of adversity, though, is not what matters, but how you respond to it does. And your response will be a byproduct of the decisions that you have made all along the way. If you act with honesty and integrity in the little moments throughout your day, you will do so when adversity arrives. If you consistently demonstrate courage in matters large and small, you will find it easier to summon the courage that you need during tough times. If you treat colleagues with respect and decency, you may discover surprising sources of support when challenged. If you share the sufferings of friends, family members, or loved ones, you may learn a thing or two about yourself and about your life. Adversity and perceived failure are inevitable, but you can choose to utilize them as catalysts for reinvention, for progress, and even joy. The second thing that I want to share with you today, the point of encouragement, I want you to regularly reflect on why you chose your particular area of study. Spend a few minutes of quiet time today, this weekend, or even as you go forward asking yourself, why did I select this major? Why did I enter the profession that I'm going into? And as you move forward, you'll want to ask yourself, why did I remain in it? This exercise will refresh your perspective on why you chose the path that you did. Growing up, interestingly, I was actually one of those kids who was very clear about the future. In fact, I decided at the age of 3 what I wanted to be. People have asked me how. Well, imagine, if you will, a young boy at the age of 3, that was me, on Sunday afternoons. During the morning, my parents would take me to church, and when we came home, they told me that the Sabbath day was a day that I was supposed to keep holy. So all that I could do was visit with family or visit with friends. Being a little bit bored, I decided that I would befriend the entire neighborhood. So as I would walk down the street, I would walk into the Osmonds' house. As I sat down and I would strike up a conversation, I don't think they were too impressed or too happy with me being there, and their doors were unlocked, and I figured, hey, why not invite myself to come on in? They would hand me a TV guide and hope that I would keep myself occupied. After a little while, I'd get a little bit bored. I couldn't talk. So I would go to the next neighbor and the next. Now, there was one house in my neighborhood. It was a widow by the name of Alice. Alice and I became very good friends. And I remember sitting on her couch, floral print, handcrafted Afghans. And I asked Alice one day, I said, Alice, what should I be when I grow up? Alice looked at me and said, well, Matt, let's talk about what you're really good at. And maybe that'll help you with your answer. So I thought about it. As a 3-year-old, I didn't know what I was good at. So I asked Alice, Alice, what am I good at? She said, Matt, you like to talk. For those of you that know me, or you will get to know me, you'll find out how right Alice was. So I asked Alice, I said, okay, so I like to talk, so what can I do? First thing she said was, Matt, maybe you could be a teacher. And I asked inquisitively, what is that? She told me. Said, anything else? She said, well, maybe you could be a lawyer. I said, well, what's a lawyer? Well, a lawyer is someone who helps people. Like they help and they talk. And she said, oh yeah, by the way, your dad's a lawyer too. Now that piqued my interest. The third thing that she told me that was possible was a politician. And as you might imagine, at the age of 3, I didn't understand what that meant. Even today, I'm not sure if I've grasped the concept. But you know, after this experience, I knew that I wanted to be a trial lawyer, and I anxiously prepared for the day as I walked my path. Now, was it easy? No. Did I ever question myself and my abilities? Absolutely. When I went to school, was it tough? Without question. In fact, after several hard and challenging and exhilarating years in school, I sat where you did today, graduating, eventually passed an exam and became a lawyer. Now, what was I motivated by? I was motivated to pursue a legal career by the desire to help others that had been instilled in me from the young age of 3. I wanted to make a difference in society. Now, admittedly, I also wanted to perform in a courtroom in front of a jury. Remember, I like to talk. I wanted to work in a profession as well that would challenge me intellectually and hopefully facilitate personal growth. And yes, I wanted to have the means to adequately provide for my family. Over the years, I can tell you that I've confirmed that the practice of law was everything that I had envisioned, but I also found that it is much, much more. Been able to help people, been able to overcome injustices. In fact, despite our portrayal in popular culture and media about lawyers, I've taken pride in my profession as a lawyer and the good that it does in this world. Now that takes me to my next point, which is a third piece of advice that I have today. That is to resist the temptation to approach your work as simply just another job. Understand and appreciate your profession's service to individuals and societies, whatever it might be. Can you name a profession? Okay, well, let's limit this to non-criminal professions while we're on the topic of law. Is there a profession out there that is in some way does not benefit others or society? No. Why would such a profession exist? At the end of each day, each one of us makes a contribution to the small and the greater good, no matter how small our contribution. Never, ever forget that. And with that realization comes a responsibility to maximize our contribution to the best of our ability. Said more simply, because what we do affects others, we carry a moral duty to do our best. In fact, I hope that your experience here at the University of Akron has taught you to do your best, to work hard, and to always contribute. Number 4. The fourth piece of my advice that I want to share with you is that you should always take the high road. Respect the rights and opinions of others, especially when they differ from your own. Technology today enables and even encourages the creation of personal echo chambers, where we see only the news that interests us, where we hear only the views that support our own, and where we experience only the art and culture that we are accustomed to, where we unfriend folks that have differing opinions. To reverse the current rise in discord and dissension in our society, we must appreciate that individuals who hold different opinions are not necessarily evil, nor are they necessarily wrong. Two people can observe the same event and report it honestly from different perspectives. My international experience has taught me just that. Many people have different perspectives, and through respect, through finding that common ground, there's far more common ground among us than we realize. And you know, the light that leads us to that is compromise and mutual respect. One of my missions as interim president and as an educator is to support and facilitate respect, vibrant discussion, rigorous analysis, and open-mindedness. I encourage you and invite you to open your minds to the world and appreciate everything around you. Number 5, My fifth and final piece of advice is to follow your dreams with the realization that dreams often change. If you don't achieve your dream, whatever it is right now, see it as a delay or a detour, maybe even a challenge. It's certainly not a dead end. In fact, if you don't immediately find a job or instantaneously succeed, don't give in to despair. Try again. Innovate. In fact, let me share a little story with you. A story of my past. As people get to know me and find out how I've lived around the world and some of the things that I've done, they may think, wow, was that path just laid out? Was it easy? Did the doors just magically open? Well, I'm here to tell you today that I'm not magical. I don't have a magical wand, and things have not come easy. They've come through grit, and they've come through scrapping, and they've come from innovation and creativity. I encourage you to look outside of the box. And the story I want to share happened in law school. With my international experience and my interest in the law, I had a dream and a goal to become an international lawyer. Didn't know necessarily what that meant, so I sought out some advice at my law school. And they told me that if you want to be in international law, the only way you could do that was to go to a big law firm in New York City, one that has international offices overseas. And I'm sure there, they will do international things, and you can get involved in the law and things that are international. So I did some research, and I found 30 of these law firms in New York City. I carefully crafted my resume, telling them my story and why I would be a good bet for them. I licked the envelopes with hope, and I sent my resumes off. Now, every day I would go to the mailbox, hoping that I would have a wonderful letter awaiting me, maybe a job offer for an internship after my first year of law school. Maybe I would get a telephone call with somebody saying, "Can we interview you?" Well, I'll tell you, those envelopes did come in the mail. But out of the 30 envelopes that I received, all 30 of them said something like this: "Dear Mr. Wilson, congratulations on your accomplishments in the past, and best of luck to you in the future. You're not part of ours." Now, that was a punch to the gut. You can ask my wife, Noriko, who's here tonight. I was not a happy camper. I was down. I was discouraged. I questioned my dream. But instead of giving up my dream, I thought, you know what? I'm going to redouble my efforts, put my shoulder to the wheel, think creatively, and see if I can't find a pathway that hopefully would lead me to a career in international law. So what did I do? I looked outside of the box. I looked for anything that was international. It didn't matter whether it was an attorney job, secretary, or a paralegal. I thought if somebody was hiring, maybe I could sneak in the back door as an intern and help them out, and maybe that would set me on the pathway to a great career in international law. So I discovered an opportunity for an attorney on the island of Saipan in the Western Pacific. I wasn't an attorney. In fact, I'd just been completing my first year of law school. But I sent my resume out. I got creative and picked up the phone and I called. I talked to the senior partner of that law firm for 45 minutes. At the end, he said, "You know, Matt, we're looking to hire an attorney. I hadn't thought about the intern idea, but I'm impressed. I'm impressed that you would think like this. I'm impressed that you would call. We're really busy. We haven't found anybody to fill the attorney slot. Let me talk to my partners and I'll get back to you." Before you know it, my wife, daughter, and I were flying to a tropical island where for 3 months, in between my first and second year of law school, we spent our time on a tropical island. Yes, enjoying the white sandy beaches, but more importantly, enjoying the work. It was a stepstone that I needed. As you dream, remember this: if our subconscious dreams have no limits, why must our conscious ones have them? Today you will cross the stage because you have proven that you can achieve your dreams and overcome adversity. That doesn't stop with the wearing of a cap and gown today. It just changes directions. But you'll need more than simple ambitions to fulfill your dreams. Dreams typically don't drop out of the sky. You'll need to surround yourself with people who believe in you and who encourage you. It's extremely important that you form relationships and you nurture them. You form relationships with professors, with mentors, with colleagues here at the University of Akron. Don't forget those. Foster those. Work with those. Run with those. In your most difficult times, don't forget that the people who love you, your family and your friends, they will sustain you. This certainly includes the friends that you have made here. Take a look around you today and take note of those who are here, including those on the stage, part of your Akron family. These wonderful people will be here to help you through the tough times, myself included. They will be there to share in your achievements. To truly be fulfilled, make sure that your dream, whatever it may be, includes the giving of your time, your talents, your treasures to other people and to great causes. These will be sources of genuine and lasting joy. If your life is solely based on money or position, you run the risk of a shallow and unfulfilling journey. The real wealth in life is your friendships, your marriage, your children, what you have learned in your work and your studies, what you have overcome, your relationship with your God, and in what you have contributed to others. In a few moments, your degrees will be conferred, and the canvas of your future plans, your future aspirations, and your professional careers will be placed on their easels. For some, it will be fairly blank canvas. For others, it will be a continuation of an existing one. But all of them now carry the hues of black and gold that are, or blue and gold that are associated with the University of Akron. Cherish the blue and gold. Cherish your degree and take pride in your alma mater. Participate in our timeless mission as a university of improving society through education and service. Encourage others to follow your path, to become part of the blue and gold, part of the University of Akron, and to benefit from the wonderful professors, programs, and opportunities that we have here. So now it's time to load your brushes and to begin your work with your hard-earned degree in hand. If you layer your canvas first with the colors of integrity, honesty, vitality, optimism, and empathy, touched with a smile, you will have the foundations for a masterpiece. Graduates, from my heart, good luck and Godspeed. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for patriot's dream that sees beyond thy years. Thine alabaster cities gleam, undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
I now invite Provost Ramsier to come forward as we proceed with the awarding of the degrees.
Ladies and gentlemen, by your presence here today, we know that you understand the value of education as it broadens the knowledge and opportunities of our citizens. Universities also are involved in expanding the base of human knowledge. Our faculty and students do so by engaging in research and scholarly activity, which leads to new discoveries. The students you are about to meet have contributed to this process of knowledge creation. Will the Executive Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Chand Mitta, please rise? Will the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree please rise? Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled all of the requirements of the graduate school. With the approval of the Executive Dean and the graduate faculty, they now are presented to you to receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree.
Thank you, Dr. Ramser. Congratulations, candidates, on this remarkable achievement. Exercising the authority of the trustees of the University of Akron, legally vested by the people of the state of Ohio, and upon the recommendation of our faculty, I now confer upon each of you who has fulfilled all of the highest requirements of this university, the Doctor of Philosophy degree, with all of the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of this achievement, you will now be vested with the hood of the Doctor of Philosophy and receive an appropriately inscribed diploma.
Doctors of Philosophy, please come forward to receive your diplomas as directed by the University Marshals. We ask the audience to please hold your applause until the last name has been called. From the Buchtel College of Arts and Sciences, receiving the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Sunil Bhattahari, hooded by Dr. Chien Liu. Ryan Bixby, hooded by Dr. Martha Santos. Theodore Easterling, hooded by Dr. Martha Santos. Ellen Bronder, hooded by Dr. Suzette L. Spate. Joel Caparoso, hooded by Dr. Thomas Leeper. Caitlin Kavanaugh, hooded by Dr. Paul E. Levy. James Houston, hooded by Dr. Paul E. Levy. Ernest Dua, hooded by Dr. Salija Parachuri. William Lesueur, hooded by Dr. Stacy Knopfsinger. Heather Sperry, hooded by Dr. Dawn Johnson. Megan Yetzer, hooded by Dr. Dawn Johnson. Jason Steele, hooded by Dr. Claire A. Tessier. Benjamin Tomey, hooded by Dr. Claire A. Tessier. From the College of Polymer Science and Polymer Engineering, receiving the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Sarang Bahwe, hooded by Dr. Brian Vogt. Sudenva Govindarajan, hooded by Dr. Abraham Joy. Shiwei Lin, hooded by Dr. Colleen Pugh. Brenda Mehta, hooded by Dr. Colleen Pugh. Stuti Rajkaria, hooded by Dr. Sadan C. Jana. Samil Samant, hooded by Dr. Alamgir Karim. Zishu Wang, hooded by Dr. Nita Sahai. Weilong Zhao, hooded by Dr. Nita Sahai. Yu Zhang, hooded by Dr. Ali Dinoshawala.
Will the candidates for the master's degree please stand? Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of a master's degree program. With the approval of the Executive Dean and the graduate faculty, they now are presented to you to receive the appropriate degree.
Thank you, Dr. Ramsier. Congratulations again to you all. Again, exercising the authority of the trustees of the University of Akron, legally vested by the people of the state of Ohio. And upon the recommendation of our faculty, I now confer upon each of you who has fulfilled all of the requirements, the master's degree with all of the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of this achievement, you now will receive the appropriate diploma.
Candidates, please come forward as directed by the University Marshals. Again, we ask those of you who are in the audience to please hold your applause until the last name has been called. Thank you. From the Buchtel College of Arts and Sciences, receiving the degree Master of Arts, April Barnes. Amanda Mosley. Stephen Palmieri. Max Schauder. Amanda Sedlak Heavener. Kristen Silver. Ashley Stone King. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Political Science, Edward Adams. Monique Mollett. Aurelia Visan. Receiving the degree Master of Public Administration, Tanya Booker. Receiving the degree Master of Science, Iyad Hamza Mukhtar Alosawi. Suba Monica Baluampi. Sneha Priya Cherakuri. Pedram Afsani. Michael Grusin. Naveen Kafley. John Miller. Kishore Reddy Moruso. Garish Saram Naburi. Huang Nguyen. Yogatha Parichi. Sarah Travali. Nikita Yalamadi. From the LeBron James Family Foundation College of Education, receiving the degree Master of Arts in Education, Essa Ali R. Adabi. Sultan Al-Nazi. Mohammed Abdullah Afaleh. Stephen Jacobson. Emily Palmer. Mallory Rusnak. Carrie Stanzanio Bradick. Scotland Ewell. Lucas Venturina, Jr. Deborah Walters Graves. From the College of Business Administration, receiving the degree Master of Business Administration, Aditya Agrawal. Blair Bigwood. Ian Brewer. Matthew Butner. Jessica Carroll. Robert Crano. Daniel Sacchi. Saria Davis. Cesar Daza. Miranda Fox. Paul Hugon. Masuma Ibrahimi. Mark Caneas. Andrew Clush. Zhaoqian Liu. Jonathan Mastracco. Frank Mayala. Ryan McDorman. Julianne Minnie. Joseph Neary. Travis Pennick. Kirsten Peters. John Rozak. Mazen Shakur. Trisha Sims. Paul Thomas. Anuja Wadke. Christina Walton. Lauren Zetz. Receiving the degree Master of Science in Accountancy, Ezekiel Isaac. Kunkam Sibanhung. Receiving the degree Master of Science in Management, Bhargav Teja Buddha. Venkata Aditya Devarakanda. Sora Dilupidi. Siva Subramanya Karan Mitra Gandugola Venkata. Mohammed Hamid Hussain. Venkata Aditya Lanka. Mohit Mamidella. Hiran Kumar Papa. Prashant Yadav. Receiving the degree Master of Taxation, Nupur Lunawat. Darihitri Maranjanti. From the College of Polymer Science and Polymer Engineering, receiving the degree Master of Science, Isamu Ono. Receiving the degree Master of Science in Polymer Engineering, Yingming Yang.
It is appropriate at this time that we give special recognition to those graduates who have demonstrated outstanding scholastic achievement in completing an undergraduate degree. On page 11 of your program, if you will find an explanation of the criteria that the university uses for awarding these special designations. Recipients of academic honors are also noted individually in your program. As each group is called, I ask its members to please rise and remain standing so that you can be recognized. As they do, I ask our audience to take note of the honor cords, stoles, or medallions worn by these graduates as symbols of their extraordinary accomplishments. I also ask that you hold your applause until all have been recognized. Will those graduating summa cum laude please rise? Will those graduating magna cum laude please rise? Will those graduating cum laude please rise? Will the Williams Honor Scholars please rise? Those who have been inducted into collegiate honor societies, I invite you to stand as well. In addition to these scholars, we recognize all those who have served our nation. Will those candidates who are veterans of the armed forces please rise? Congratulations to all. Please be seated. Now we will proceed with the conferral of undergraduate degrees. Dr. Ramsier.
Will Dr. John Green, Dean of the Buckle College of Arts and Sciences, please rise? Will the candidates for degrees from the Buckle College of Arts and Sciences please rise and remain standing? Will Dr. Susan Clark, Dean of the LeBron James Family Foundation College of Education, please rise? Will the candidates for degrees from the LeBron James Family Foundation College of Education please rise and remain standing? Will Dr. Ravi Crovey, Dean of the College of Business Administration, please rise? Will candidates for degrees from the College of Business Administration please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of one of the undergraduate curricula in their respective colleges. With the approval of the deans and the faculty, they now are presented to you to receive the appropriate degree.
Thank you, Dr. Ramsier. Again, congratulations to you all. Exercising the authority of the trustees of the University of Akron, legally vested by the people of the state of Ohio, and upon the recommendation of our faculty, I now confer upon each of you who has fulfilled all of the requirements the appropriate degree, with all of the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. Would you all please be seated for a moment? Now, candidates, as evidence of your achievements, you will be called to the stage to receive your diploma. Please follow the directions of the university marshals, and I look forward to greeting each one of you individually on the stage.
In appreciation and respect for all of our graduates, we'd like you to hold your applause and any acknowledgments of your individual student so that our graduates and their guests are able to hear their names called. From the College of Arts and Sciences, receiving the degree Bachelor of Arts, Abdul Rahman Abdul Fattah. Maria Alford. Latasha Butler. Sarah Cook. Erna Korick. Brene Creer. Lindsay Dasher. Emily Drapp. Ashley Dunnerstick. Emily Gamoff. Alexander Gill. Taylor Greenspan. Rebecca Hall. Michelle Hughes. Matthew Jeter. Robert Kane III. Alexandria Logston. Magna cum laude, Amanda Marotta. Felicia Marrow. Kelsey Martin. Brett Mitzel. Michael Namick. Brittany Peters. Cum laude, Laura Pisarski Crawford. Jeffrey Predmore. Cum laude, Courtney Roddy, receiving Bachelor of Arts in 2 disciplines. Elizabeth Smith. Tashiana Sullivan. Cum laude, Sophia Syed. Ethan Simons. Dontrell Wade. Jacqueline Winoko. Magna cum laude, Catherine Walker. Cum laude, Jacqueline Watson. Shakina Weatherspoon. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Arts. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Arts in Business and Organizational Communication. Cum laude, Jennifer Stroll. Thomas Thompson. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Arts in Family and Child Development. Taylor Charlillo. Monica Hale. Samantha Lee. Kristen Tonkovich. Summa cum laude, Chelsea Walders. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Arts in Fashion Merchandising, Allison Delaney. Ricky Ellinger. Cum laude, Veronica Godin. Kaylee Yutzi. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Anthropology, cum laude, Emily Wengard. Summa cum laude, Nariman Yunus. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Arts in Multidisciplinary Studies, Reagan Bosley. Matthew Dodds. Emily Jenkins. Michael Long. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Fine Arts, Margaret Dolinsky. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude, Ajay Bola. Angela Burdell. Chris Burton. Michael Charles. Summa cum laude, James Dang. Magna cum laude, Amelia Dega. Summa cum laude, Kurt Dewan. Summa cum laude, Krish Dewan. Summa cum laude, Catherine Donnelly. Summa cum laude, Luke Eusebio. Summa cum laude, Justina Farid. Summa cum laude, Roman Finocchiaro. Magna cum laude, Patrick Handwork. Andrew Hillier. Cum laude, James Hubert. Ramisha Khan. Rochelle King. Magna cum laude, Anjali Mansinghani. Cum laude, Jude Miniru. Morgan Morris. Timothy Murphy. Summa cum laude, Arveen Nasseri. Summa cum laude, Priya Nida Maneri. Summa cum laude, Pollock Patadia. Summa cum laude, Urmil Patel. Cum laude, Cynthia Patmadhasan. Summa cum laude, Benjamin Patrinick. Regina Poverk. Summa cum laude, Yi Ki Pu. Tiavante Riley. Cum laude, Natasha Romanoff. Summa cum laude, Andrew Turk. Summa cum laude, Jaya Sai Vare. Magna cum laude, Christina Winkler. Summa cum laude, Siri Yalamanchili. Summa cum laude, Mia Yeager. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Tiffany Holton. Magna cum laude, Brian Kovacs. Andrew Scott. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Labor Economics, Samuel Myers. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Political Science, Criminal Justice, Anthony Guyton, Jr. Chloe Lewis, Sr. Cum laude, Thomas Livingston. Magna cum laude, David Patron. Sandy Perkins. Catherine Stillman. Jacob Sturgis, also receiving Associate of Applied Science in Criminal Justice Technology.
From the LeBron James Family Foundation College of Education, receiving the degree Bachelor of Arts in Education, Denisha Luna. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Education, Shayla Smith. Okay. Cum laude, Emily Wagner. From the College of Business Administration, receiving the degree Bachelor of Business Administration, Robert Ebner. Aaron Flynn. Zachary Heigelman. Cum laude, Michael Janasco. Bayan Jundy. Jeremy Kovalchuk. Jonathan McPherson. Nicholas Rem. Tiffany Seibel. Megan Skeens. Justin Swarm. Clayton Tratter. Andrew Usner. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Accounting, Elizabeth Carlisle. Kyle Courtnor. Corey G. Girolamo. Cum laude, Kristen Gadida. Norman Getzloff. Mitchell Gill. Lloyd Henry Jr. Caleb Pulaski. Magna cum laude, Madeline Robbie. Summa cum laude, Travis Vance. From the Buchtel College of Arts and Sciences, receiving the degree Associate of Applied Science in Early Childhood Development, Tricia Ball. Mary Linier. Brittany Young. From the College of Applied Science and Technology, receiving the degree Associate of Science, Asia Everett.
So, class of 2016, it's now time to signify your new status as graduates of the University of Akron by taking the tassels and turning those to the left side of your mortar boards. Please proceed. Congratulations. Graduates, no one makes this journey on this day alone, as you can hear from all of the excitement. You've been supported in many ways by parents, spouses, friends, and other loved ones, some of whom are here today. In many cases, they have worked and sacrificed much to help you achieve their dream, your dream. Maybe even their dream too. Maybe there's a little pestering thrown in, but it was a lot of love. So it's appropriate now that you acknowledge all family members and friends who are here today. So graduates, I invite you to stand. Please turn to the audience and express your appreciation to them. All right, so while you're standing, don't sit, don't sit. For those of you that aren't standing, I invite you to rise and join Lauren Corcoran in singing our alma mater. The words, if you don't know them, they're provided on page 33 of your program, so please join us in singing our alma mater.
Close beside Cuyahoga's waters, stream of amber hue, o'errode book till summit's glory waves the gold and blue. Hail we Akron, sound her praises, speed them on the gale. Ever stand our alma mater, Akron, hail, all hail.
Please be seated for the final portion of our ceremony. Graduates, you are now alumni of the University of Akron. I will now ask Mr. William Coleman, class of 2008 and class of 2010, and also director of our alumni relations, to officially welcome you as alumni of the University of Akron. Mr. Coleman.
Thank you, President Wilson, and congratulations, fellow alumni. As we draw near the end of this special commencement ceremony, a day which you have indeed earned, you will rise from your seat and walk out those doors, a proud graduate of the University of Akron. Before you do, know that you are about to become part of a larger family. A family made up of 175,000 Akron alumni spanning the world. In 1870, this university was founded on the principles of equal education, scholarship, and philanthropy. Just 3 years later, our university, then known as Buchtel College, graduated its first student, a woman named Susie Chamberlain, who earned a Bachelor of Science degree. That year, Buchtel College graduated 4 students. This year, so far, we have graduated nearly 3,900. That is 3,900 graduates who will join a solid foundation of Akron alumni, grounded in achievement, one with a reputation for putting our heads down and going to work. We are national champions. We are business owners, award-winning writers, artists, educators, engineers, nurses, and most recently, Olympic medalists. We are the Akron Blue and Gold, and we Zips are everywhere, and we take care of our own. As Alumni Director, I extend to each of you an invitation to build and strengthen this common bond, to stay involved with your alma mater, from recruiting new Zips to mentoring current ones, to sharing your professional experiences to a class where you once were a student, or attending this fall's homecoming celebration. For there now exists among us an eternal linkage, and your achievements will add to the collective success of our institution, our community, our nation, and our world. On behalf of more than 175,000 alumni worldwide, I am pleased and very honored to welcome you as alumni of the University of Akron. Best wishes in all you do, fellow alumni, and go Zips!
The day would not be complete if we didn't hear from one of your own. The class of 2016's response will be delivered today by Christina Winkler. Before I call Christina forward, though, allow me to tell you a little bit about her. Christina graduates today magna cum laude from the College of Arts and Sciences, having earned a Bachelor of Science in Biology with a 3.6 GPA in her major and overall score. You know, often our student responders have long lists of scholarships, awards, or activities in campus organizations. Our responder this afternoon, her accomplishments are much different, but no less impressive. Growing up, Christina lived in California, New York, and Colorado. After high school, she joined the U.S. Navy, got married, and moved to Ohio to raise a family. She earned a realtor license and prospered. In fact, by 2008, she had 5 employees working for her. And then the recession hit our country. As many of you know, the real estate market in our community collapsed, and so did Christina's business. Her marriage did not survive the stress, and she suddenly found herself a single mother of 2 children with no income. Eventually, she decided her path forward required a degree, and she enrolled at our university. She received little aid money and earned the University and College Now scholarships, but it just wasn't enough. So Christina went to work. When she gives her remarks in a few moments, some of you may recall her and her grit. Maybe you saw her working in the chemistry stockroom. Maybe you recall her as the DJ for a bar trivia contest. As she studied, maybe she even delivered a pizza to your apartment. She worked all 3 of those jobs while attending classes full-time. Last year, Christina earned enough scholarship funding to participate in a field marine psychology project in San Salvador. That sparked an interest in algae research, a topic that has recently gained great significance to cities along the Great Lakes. Christina plans to continue her studies in this area and has been accepted into our Masters of Biology program here at the University of Akron. Christina is the daughter of Cynthia Allsbrook and Steve Kobe, and the mother of Anthony Winkler and Emily Winkler, who also is a student at our university. Christina, we are truly, truly honored to invite you to come forward and share some words and address the summer 2016 graduating class. Please help me welcome Christina.
Thank you, President Wilson, and thank you, Mr. Coleman. On behalf of the summer 2016 graduating class, I proudly accept your invitation to continue our relationship with our alma mater. I would like to invite my fellow graduates to think back to the day when you first walked onto this campus. I don't think I speak for myself when I say that it was an intimidating place, even at 36. Full of faces you have never seen, some smiling, some serious, some scowling. Not knowing what classes you will take or where those classes are. I'm sure more than one of us could not find that classroom in the basement of ASAC. What I do know is that just about all of us sitting here today started this journey by feeling lost and maybe even scared. Since I'm older than many of you, I have the advantage of being able to relate this little-known fact. Those feelings will come again and again in life, and so will today's feelings of accomplishment and success. In life, you have to keep moving on, whether it's in jobs or locations or relationships. With each move, we risk the return of those feelings of being lost and scared. But take that risk. I have felt lost and scared at different moments of my life, and those times have often turned into the most amazing opportunities. Before you decide as a fresh graduate to settle down and take that job you weren't sure you wanted, stop and think again. You came to the University of Akron with a purpose to do bigger and better things with your life. Trying new places can lead to huge opportunities you didn't even know existed. One of our biggest fears is of the unknown. It is one of the biggest reasons many of us do not step out of our comfort zone. But when we step into a new environment, it's as though our brain expands. It takes everything in, from new smells and new feelings to new outlooks and possibilities. Maybe that's why we say new beginnings are like recreating ourselves, because that's just what our brains are doing as they learn new things. You know this is true by the way you recognize fragrances from the past, or the way a song will take you directly to that place you first heard it. Your brain is taking everything in, and I believe the more you change your environment, the more you open your mind to new things. And the more you open your mind, the more information your mind can hold. So I would like to close by challenging my two children, my classmates, and especially their parents, to get out and experience new cultures and open your mind. Travel the world and taste food from different street vendors. Take that job in another state, even if it means your kids change schools. Apply to that grad school by the beach, even if you've never been away from home. Do not be afraid to venture out into the world. Do not be afraid to trust people or to ask for directions. I wish you all great travels and new beginnings, for this is your commencement after all. Don't worry about being lost and scared, because that's a necessary stop to discovering who you are and building confidence. Good luck, class of 2016. Now get out there and face the unknown. Thank you.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was the Akron Blue and Gold, our well-known fight song, which has come to represent so many aspects of excellence and student success at the University of Akron. Now, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the many individuals whose good work made this ceremony possible. First, let us thank our musicians, beginning with our vocalist, Miss Laura Corcoran. Our guitarist, Mr. Tyler Spulizzo. And Mr. Tucker Jolly and the University of Akron Brass Choir. I would also like to acknowledge our university orders, member of the National Alumni Board, Mr. David Harris, and director of the Medina County University Center, Mrs. Denise Testa. Let us also thank the university marshals, whom you see in their gold robes. They are faculty and staff members who volunteered their time today to help organize and facilitate this ceremony. Thank you, marshals. And last but not least, let us also thank our interpreter, Miss Lori Palmer. And so, on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, we conclude our commencement ceremony. On behalf of the trustees, faculty, and the University of Akron family everywhere, I wish you happiness, much success, and many happy returns to your alma mater, the University of Akron. Thank you.
As we conclude our commencement exercises, we ask the stage party to please rise and remain standing. We ask our graduates to please rise and remain standing. Guests of our graduates, please remain seated until our recessional has concluded. We also suggest that you meet your graduate outside in the Thomas Hall Plaza. Thank you for attending the 218th commencement exercises of the University of Akron.